pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Amanda.
Lori.
Here.
John.
Here.
Robin. Here. Justin.
Here.
TJ.
Here.
Brenda. Here. Todd.
Here. Do we have any additions or revisions for the agenda? We'll start with public comments.
I think that might be me.
Or anybody.
Anybody else?
Helen, you want to go?
All right, we'll start with Exhibit B. Pop this over. I won't take much of your time. There's a baseball game to be had tonight. But we had a little problem this summer, and it kind of became an epidemic. And it wasn't just our neighborhood, but it was spreading out elsewhere. Madison Street was like 3 weeks. Across the road was a week or two, other places in the area. But this was 100 days. When it first happened, July 2nd, I thought, I'm about to host a wedding reception in my backyard. And then the next day I laughed because the kids were having fun. One mattress was home plate, the next mattress was first, second, third. So you just had to laugh it off. Well, a month later, when those 5 turned into 10 or 11, and the mold continued and the critters continued. It made social media. Some lady on August 11th, and then passerbys stopping, friends coming over saying, "Well, that's a nice view," and they've been great neighbors, but it's something where it looks like it might happen and not get resolved. And how could we alleviate blight in a timely manner? Because 100 days is a long time to look at that. And the only way I can see resolving it is we, the village, dispose of it ourselves and fine them, put a lien, whatever the process is, on their taxes, because it just didn't go away. One neighbor tried calling, he had their number, and that was a month or 2 ago, and it just stayed. They came up once, and then those 5 turned into 10 or 11 about a month later, so they just kept growing, and here I thought maybe they're coming up to take them, but it didn't. So anyways, I know this might seem petty, but it's nasty looking in our village, and it's happening, and people don't know the process. Wrap them. It's understandable. MTR workers should not have to pick up mattresses. Why? They have bed bugs. They have other things, body fluids, whatever. You don't want to put it on the people picking them up. But I would also suggest possibly in our December letter that goes home with leaf removal, just reminder that if you put a mattress out, it's got to be wrapped in plastic. Also, if it's there after a week, it would be ideal to have some sort of repercussion for leaving it out 100 days. More than a week is bad enough, in my opinion.
Are they still there?
No. So after another neighbor across town was dropping off things, she called me and said, "Well, that's lovely." And she called the lady next door that has an Airbnb. Her customers look at that all summer long. And so I think she called, I'm not sure if she did, but she said, yeah, there's got to be a nudge because her customers were complaining. So anyhow, just wanted to bring it to your attention, and hopefully it can be resolved. And like I said, the only way I think someone's going to take it seriously, because it sounds like they were contacted, is if there's a fine involved after 7 days, something like that, and a notice be posted about that change, if it's a change. And also, I think they were kind of hard to get a hold of, so maybe some sort of cross-reference with property taxes. I'm not sure how you can get property owners to update their information. If there's something really wrong, water leak or something in the house, how do you get a hold of people for something more important?
Is the address on there?
There's nothing on the house. The only address might be accurate is the recycle bin has a number on it.
Oh,
That's all.
okay.
Absolutely. It can't sit like that.
No,
for
it's disgusting.
So what
few
is the
weeks is too-
protocol? It's
It is Blight.
So Ellen contacted me
Mm-hmm.
and Dale did send a letter, because we don't keep phone, like tax records don't include phone numbers on them. He did send a certified letter, but that was about a month later, I believe.
Is that a ticketable offense? We have, I mean, I don't know. I guess, right, just sitting here without reviewing.
Yeah, I'd
it,
have
I
to
don't know. if
consult
it
the
is.
ordinance, but it's gotta be.
Yeah,
Blight,
if
I
it
mean-
isn't, it should be, right?
He's given out tickets for Blight before. I would say yes.
This evening.
I don't think we can do anything right now tonight, Al, but I do think it needs, I'd like to know if there was a ticket that could have been issued or, and then how that ticket follows up or.
I would appreciate that if it was your backyard. It just wasn't a fun thing to look at all summer and into fall. Too gross.
I'm sorry, I didn't,
It's okay.
I didn't know either.
I didn't know anything about this until, well, Friday, honestly. I should have, I mean, around town enough. I don't know how I
Tried to let
did
it go, but then it was getting months.
I think well, it's just under public comment, so I think
Okay.
we're gonna
Okay.
review this and maybe have a little more discussion about some possible next month.
That would be perfect. Thank you.
Do you need this back?
Thanks, Al.
I'll be a reminder.
Does anyone else have any
That's good.
public comment?
I have a question.
Mm.
Has anybody looked at the street signs lately? A lot of them, you know, it's not Spring Street, it's Spring Street. There's a lot of letters that
Oh,
are
really?
being worn off on our street signs. Maybe need to get some new ones.
Thomas, I think that's on you a little bit.
Yeah, right. They drive around, see which ones are need to be, and start making a list. And, yeah, because the county does those for us, so they're pretty easy to.
Cool.
Or enlist two, Thomas, if you're just.
Yeah, if you know
if you're
it's
going
one,
for a
yeah,
walk.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go around and write them all
No,
down for
but
you
no.
guys. That's,
No.
No, but
Not my job.
but if there were some,
Yeah.
I think that is a good idea to freshen
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't always look at. When
Mm-hmm. Don't see him anymore.
And
become
one more
blind.
comment. I don't know how the speed is now on Spring Street with the new signs, but we could do something with Washington Street. Because in the morning, Clancy goes down that street quite fast in his trucks.
Well, we are still, I think, in the process of the speed indicator signs or not, which I truly believe work, that can be set up. I do think they can be on Washington. They can be on all over town. They do say that they don't work. They don't work if you leave them there for a few years, but by moving them around, and I have not got the report from the county on the county gave us that one here. I haven't got, he was gonna send me a
Yeah.
report. I haven't got that yet, but that's will be beneficial later, but.
That's been a problem. 30 years ago, I asked the council if they could put in speed bumps. They said no, because that would be a problem that they could be sued for.
That road's almost got its own.
That's what I was gonna say.
Got some natural.
But to that point, this is where I firmly believe that the speed indicator signs set up on such as a way we can move them from place to place would be very beneficial.
And just a quick follow-up on that, is I had some conversations with Kevin, because we talked in the last meeting about a grant opportunity, and we've done some initial legwork on that. We're working on getting some letters of support, and then we're gonna submit for this grant, which is like a random grant. It's not a merit-based grant, but it's for small police departments, and that would be for one portable speed limit indicator, radar indicator. So, I mean, that will be happening, and I'm at least applying for it, and then, we did research into costs and stuff on other ones, but they do have some portable one that we're gonna try and get for a grant.
And if, once our budget cycle comes up this for next year, I think there should be some money in there to buy one regardless. Maybe the DDA at that point can do one that could be used in the DDA districts and then hopefully get that grant offset all that. Any other public comments at this time? On our agenda first, we have PASMA and Huron Regional Water request. Joyce and Tyler are here to talk about that.
Do you have them in any particular order?
No, whatever you, I guess we have them under one, so.
Okay, well, one one of the things is a copy of letter that we wrote up for you to send to HRWA. Since you are the member of HRWA and ASWA is not. And that is to ask if we can pay for the water treatment plant debt twice a year instead of monthly. And they had no problem with it, but we needed to do that officially in writing coming from the village council. Because currently we just pay it monthly. And I just recently found out that Act only pays theirs twice a year. And so we asked if we could do that.
With no other fees incurred.
No,
So you're looking for a motion that we submit this letter?
yes. And Todd would need to sign it.
Any discussion on what exactly, I mean, Tyler talked a little bit of reasons why
It's-
too.
There's,
also.
apparently they said there was a request years ago to pay the debt monthly. I wasn't aware of that, but, they had no problem with us switching to twice a year.
Apparently that's how it was
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
beginning. And for whatever reason, whoever was on ASWA years ago decided that they wanted to do it monthly.
Must have been just a budget
It might have been,
reason,
yeah,
budgeting reason, but
I have no idea.
Are you not saving interest by doing it monthly?
well, no, it's about $8,000 of debt. It changes per year, but it's approximately that.
But if we could
So,
invest that money
we
and
can-
get interest
Yeah.
for 6 months. I mean, even if we only made
Yeah, but if your principal is
$3,000
dropping
in
monthly,
interest,
They're,
it
No,
would be
you
worth
see where I'm
it.
going?
yeah,
our principal, we're not paying directly. The regional is paying on their loan. So it's just the same as our USDA loan at the wastewater plant. We pay 2 times a year. One is a payment and interest, or a principal and interest, and one is just an interest payment. The regional is taking care of that right now. All we're doing is the village or Paswa and the city of Bad Axe are paying to the regional to make those payments. They're not doing anything with the money until those 2 times a year. So we're just, instead of giving the money to the regional and letting them build the interest, essentially, we'll basically hold on to the money, let it build interest for ourselves.
I move to,
so
support
we
this
don't
and sign
actually
the
have a
letter.
loan from them.
We do
We're
not.
paying that
No.
indirectly.
We're paying that to them, they're paying the USDA loan.
The city of Bad Axe and the village of Port Austin were through PASWA. Pays, we accumulate the amount that we need to pay on the debt depending on the amount of water used. And so for us, that comes to like $7,400 a month.
yeah, what John is saying, obviously if you pay monthly or even bi-weekly, you can save a lot of interest.
Sure.
But that doesn't apply in this case.
It doesn't
at all.
apply
Right.
to us because we're not the holder of the loan. we
So
have
they
no
collect
control over
from,
the
they
payment.
collect from us to pay whoever their loan is from when they built the water treatment.
But they're not paying their loan then monthly.
They
I
might,
don't believe so.
but they could be, but even if they're paying monthly or however they're paying it, still doesn't affect.
I think
What
that
you
they
guys do.
probably pay it twice a year.
I'm pretty sure.
I think that's the
what it sounded
reason that
like,
it was
so.
set up that way.
So is the letter supposed to go to the water authority?
Yes.
Because the address at the top is the village. It
Is it-
basically says
I can fix
to
it.
the village,
Or
from the
is that,
village.
Oh, I never,
oh, I was thinking that was the from
Yeah,
address,
I
like the
didn't have
inner
that.
address,
It
is
was-
it or
yeah.
no?
it was kind of the from address is what I wrote it as, so
Okay.
I didn't have a to address, I guess.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I move to support it. I'll second it.
and
TJ,
good for
Wait,
that.
second by Rory. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? That was our here and regional request.
The second one, there's 2 there.
Yep, no, what's the other one?
The other one is a agreement specifying the meter pit, which is over here at the corner by the farmer's market. In the original contract between HRWA and the village and the city of Bad Axe, they never specified ownership of that. This has been looked at by Paswell for several years now. This was from our attorney, which is O'Mara, and he's basically given us this, so this is on to, you guys use O'Mara as well, I don't know.
Yes. we do.
He's already reviewed it, it's good in his mind. This is basically specifying better ownership of the meter.
This has been talked about for.
Yes.
In a long time.
We've come
Very
several
long.
times
Yeah.
already
Very
to
long.
talk to you
Yeah.
about the same thing.
Mhm.
There
we find
there
out.
was, yeah, there was another document and it wasn't really clear, and so this should clear things up, hopefully, from now on in the future. So, the regional board has agreed to that already. They haven't signed it yet. They will, they said basically, it didn't matter. They can sign it first, you guys can sign it first. Somebody has to sign it first. That's all.
I move to approve the signature of that.
I'll second that.
Motion by TJ, second by Brenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Anything else regarding the Paswell Overhead Regional? Any questions for our?
Wanna go shop?
Yes, thank you. Fire hall DPW/roof update. The bids seem like they're all over. They don't. I do believe for a few thousand, couple $1,000s even. I think we need to, speaking on behalf of whoever, I think we need to put a new ridge cap on the roof. Take a look at some of the vent piping. Get a little better handle on how we're gonna vent that out in the future, but I do believe we can, because it's just too late in the year, I think, to get a quality job, and based on those bids, I think we need to use, wait till spring at this point.
But
Can
do
we?
the ridge cap now?
Yeah, the ridge cap is literally missing. I was up there and temporary put back together, but it just needs a ridge cap put back on, which I think we can have some relatively, quickly with volunteers, even from some few from the fire department, we can get that
Okay.
patch on. That is definitely a source of where the water, and what I consider major issues with our insurance policy on that. Still back and forth fighting with him. Sometimes no response. I have an issue. I have an issue with the way it's being handled. So I do think we can get through this winter. The way that,
We'll button it up for
fixing,
now.
buttoning it up for now. And still, I think we need to fight a little bit more with this, insurance and go back and forth with this still.
And seek new bids over the winter too. Because I think there were some contractors that just didn't have time in their schedule to get it done.
Yeah, well, and I think that's a big part of it, yeah.
Well, none of the bids seem to really
They weren't,
comply with our specs.
No.
so.
yeah, they didn't answer a lot of the questions that we had in the specs as well.
Okay.
Jet ski shed rental, or jet ski rental shed update. You have drawings for us or anything, Peter, or?
I sent Amanda a couple of pictures. Do you have them?
No, I did not. No, I had them for that special meeting, didn't I?
Yeah.
You sent them right
No.
after. They're
I
all in
thought
your
we-
packets
well-
that you got with your special meeting, wherever those are.
I think we were looking for some measurements, weren't we, from the last meeting then?
That, and I think, Rory, the planning commission, didn't Mark have some issues with the fact that there will be no foundation for the shed?
Recall that one.
The temporary shed would just be a lot of times placed on.
Yeah, I don't
I'd
think
call it
just-
6x6 or a 4x4.
if you put a foundation underneath it, it's no longer a temporary shed. It's
Okay.
permanent.
So you,
The only, I guess the only part of that, it would be sitting on like cement blocks just to make it level.
Yeah.
Really at any point in time, the shed could be moved regardless. I think, wouldn't a foundation be considered actually going in the ground, sitting, not necessarily a brick slab, but a whole set of bricks around it? I know it's still sitting on bricks, but.
Well, then, at that point, it would be permanent.
yeah,
But
Sitting on a brick or
And we
a
can't do that.
6x6 is, I mean, I think that's just to keep it off the ground, but I guess I assume, where's everyone stand on this?
I feel like we should approve it.
I think that it's been an absolute asset for town
Yeah,
having.
people like having it there.
the
I've seen a
boat.
lot of people going out on them. When we've been on our boat.
I got a couple, they're just pictures on my phone, unfortunately. Here's a couple, pictures if you just wanna switch.
And Peter is a, you know, a renter of
Oh, it's.
our
Mhm,
property, so we're in
yeah.
control of that decision.
With all of the other topics was going to
Another,
be
another part of
changing
it,
the rent to
That's cute.
larger buildings.
another part of that would be,
Yeah, absolutely. That needs- Yeah, I want to touch
So
that
I
too.
think that still needs to be determined or calculated.
Rent is another one. Discussion on rent. Where are we at right now?
750?
What's your, Peter, what are you thinking, I'm just looking for everyone to throw some numbers out there.
well, with adding, I'm looking at adding the shed and then also adding 2 to 4 more jet skis. I did place an order for 6 new jet skis coming in.
And you have, what was there this year?
There's 4.
Plus the boat business.
The boat, yeah, the boat was down the canal.
Yeah.
I had a private dock down there. I rented that from it. But next year I'm looking at having at bare minimum 6 jet skis out there. With the possibility of 2 more, but I'm thinking I'm gonna keep them on a trailer just in case I need to move them around. Makes it easier for me running back and forth.
Or maybe people want to launch from different launch sites, potentially.
I've taken them to Caseville before. Last year, probably 5% of my business was coming from Fort Collins. But that was earlier in the season. I only do it for 4 days.
It is an absolute asset.
Mhm.
This has been,
Peter, how much is a day-long rental?
$550. And then I include all the gas with that life jackets. Next year, I'm looking at adding, I think they're gonna be like computer chips, kind of similar to like your scooters, like electric scooters.
Mhm.
They have certain areas where they can and cannot go,
Mhm.
and it's all done by satellite. So I'm looking at adding those
600 to
into
2,000
the jet skis, just so,
Jump.
basically protect barriers against, people going too close to Turnip Rock or going in between shore and the lighthouse. All
So
those
it's like a
areas.
kill switch kind of a thing?
Similar, yeah. It would just put it into one road.
So you ever been on a golf course where if you go off the golf course and
Yeah,
it's like,
that'd be
it
the
dies back and then you gotta back up to get
Oh,
back
yeah?
on?
No, I did not know that.
what's a number we're all thinking? I mean, is 2,000
If we could do like an increment over the next couple of years, that would help me out, and I would probably have no problem paying 2,000 over the next, or in 2 years. I'm not gonna add any more jet skis. In 2 years' time, would 1,500 be okay next year, and then the following year make it 2,000?
More than double, right?
Yeah.
At this point. then.
I think that's fair. I'm just, yeah, I think
I
that.
think it's
that's
This
the
is your
right
third,
number.
this coming season is your third?
It would be my 4th season.
Fourth, okay.
First season, we started out with 3 jet skis, and then next year also, along with having 6 new jet skis, I'm gonna have the two of them that I've had from this year. I'm adding another boat to be taken out of Port Austin somewhere. So if anybody knows of a dock anywhere, please let me know.
And so the jet skis are $550 a day to rent, and then the boat is,
It's 500 for a half day and 800.
Yeah, I think we're lucky to have this business in town. I think that's a fair number.
Well, I move to support this, with the lease being redrafted to reflect the rates we just spoke about, and protection being drafted into it, that he's responsible for removal of it, or, if we have to remove it ourselves, it would be at his cost.
Would that be okay to stay there over the winter time? Pretty much until anybody has a problem with it.
I think it's a year lease.
Yeah, I think year, yeah. So if you're leased for the
Our
next
lease
year.
is for a
Yeah.
year, which is a
Yep.
season. TJ, I think your motion should maybe just, you wanna specify the amounts for this year and
Yeah,
next year?
absolutely. So the 2026 year would be $1,500, and the 2027 year would be $2,000.
And then to approve as the shed, right?
And yep, the shed can be temporarily set on the.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Thanks, Peter. Administration of our short-term rental ordinance. I've had some contacts, discussions about that. I'm sure everyone else has talked a little bit about that. I think Amanda wants to do it.
What did you say?
So I think Amanda wants to do it. It's a big project, though. I mean, this first year is gonna be really tough.
Yeah.
My discussions with Amanda talked about being paid for the additional, taking this on, the phone calls, not necessarily the enforcement, but I mean, there's gonna be, we're all gonna be in charge of looking to see who's doing it, who needs one. I mean,
It's definitely added responsibility,
it's a
right?
huge
Some of it's
paperwork.
uncomfortable added responsibility, right?
I agree.
So I definitely think it should be compensated correctly.
I
Yeah.
agree.
does anyone, we don't really know how many we're gonna have at this point.
Well, our max is 25, right?
Okay,
Residential.
Hmm?
In residential.
Yes.
And all the,
and then,
and
all
the business,
Oh,
all
sorry,
the businesses
commercial.
will also be applying now. So we're should have considerably more than
Yeah, they're just not
25.
limited.
Right, yeah, just in terms, but they still have to
And
submit, so.
is the license, the fee for the license still up in the air, or have we approved that?
I think everything's been approved as far as in the,
Yes.
everything's been approved.
So there's potential for bringing in some money.
If they
That
were,
would
if they were
fund-
all full, I guess you could, 25,000 then,
Yeah,
up to.
so
But
funding.
probably,
the
I mean, I would think probably
administration.
double that though, because we have everyone in the business district also
Oh, I
would
see
be,
what you're
would be
saying,
paying
limited, yeah.
and would be applying, so, I mean, but if we're all of the properties. well,
A few people I know are not gonna, they only did it just for some part, and they're not gonna bother, they didn't really care for it anyways, but.
I don't think to say like, Justin said, to say, cause you're gonna get another 10 at least in the business districts, right?
Yeah.
I'm throwing just a low number. I said,
Yeah.
we said 35,000.
Yeah, no, I just was wanting
Right.
to say on the, like, we have a big range, like, it could be higher than that, it could be, and it could be lower too, but I think somewhere, 20 to 40 seems.
So one way or the other, the administrative costs would be funded.
We could say it's gonna be, I mean, we talked to man about this number, or we could maybe do a percentage. That way if we have a little bit of a gamble on both sides, I
We
don't
gotta
know.
watch with the percentage thing, like, we should talk to, attorney about the percentage thing.
Oh, okay, that is,
I'm
yeah, I guess because of percentage and then making decisions based off of a percentage. That's true.
What if we, I think this makes a lot of sense, right, especially if Amanda wants to do it. If she doesn't wanna do it, I think that's a different subject, but why don't we, as a group, why don't we kick this to the committee and come back next month with a recommendation for it?
So this would fall under labor?
Probably personnel and labor, right?
It's the right person to do it,
Yeah.
that's who's in the office, but I mean.
Yeah, labor personnel, right?
But this is completely outside of the job description, it's a new job description.
Right.
And it's definitely gonna be an added responsibility.
Yes.
So I think that's the best.
I think we do have time for that,
Yeah, right, cause we're talking about.
but, I mean, but the job is already started technically with people
Definitely.
inquiring
She's
nonstop.
fielded a lot of calls already and visits.
So we could talk about this like,
Yep.
right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, the
And so
committee
something-
will get back with you then.
Absolutely. Transient merchants. Robin, I think maybe you want to talk a
That,
little bit?
yes, I asked Amanda to put that on the agenda. There are, well, there's one place in particular on Lake Street that is marketing products on an open, a vacant lot. And I did some research, and the state requires a license for you to run any business. And it also requires you to register with the county. And neither the state nor the county has any record of this business. So, and from a village point of view, I just think it looks unkempt, it looks messy. And I'm concerned that, because we have a few vacant lots in the village, and if this one is doing it, then the next one's gonna do it, and what are they gonna be selling? And then you got just basically a flea market all over town.
And it applies to anybody coming into town, perhaps with pop-up, or what is the word? We have a permit.
Well, there's the
We have
peddler's
a peddler's
permit.
permit. Does
That's
that,
a daily permit, right? $25 a day, and they're not doing that either. They just kind of set up shop, and it's growing, and that's my concern, is that it's like firewood and lawn furniture, and now it's decorated for Halloween. It's unsightly, and I just think it sets a bad precedent.
and it's not necessarily a property owner making something and selling it on their own property, which this is,
Someone else manufactures the,
yeah, someone else. I mean, this is an entire another
Yeah.
company, which is, I think, part of the problem.
So they're operating without a license.
yes, in my opinion.
Okay.
Well, yeah, even if it was, we looked at the peddler's permit, or did we look any further, does our peddler's permit or any of our local ordinances change how this reads, by us having something else in the books?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I can only tell you that, last summer there was a trailer. You know, first they had it on the street, and they were selling out of it, they didn't have a license or permit from the county, and, you know, I told them they better get one in here. They're gonna be selling this stuff. They moved it into the,
Property owners. Yeah,
your place over there.
no, it wasn't mine, no.
Who has that, restaurant down there now, or whatever, the big building,
And, the new owners, there's a vendor set up
Oh.
on the main road, that's.
Okay.
but then they moved it in to on the private property.
And then I do believe Dale then went to them and said, you have to get a peddler's permit every time you set up, and then they did from
Okay.
Anyway, I don't think we have an ordinance per se to disallow this, but I think the Michigan law does.
Can we keep looking into this, I mean, just to bring further clarification, or you think you're?
Well,
totally clear on it?
I would ask Kyle for an attorney first, but,
I
So
think
the question to Kyle would be whether or not the Michigan law can apply to us, even if we don't have a specific ordinance. Because I think that this supersedes ours, right?
definitely.
They have to go by the Michigan law.
Yes. And anytime we write an ordinance, it has to fit within Michigan
Right.
law. It
It
can't
can't be in
override it.
contrast to it, right?
Did we look into our ordinances and see where anything applies on that?
I have, and I don't find anything about a business on a vacant lot, but.
But it is other than the peddlers,
Mhm.
which are not, either way, there seems to be some issue gray area. Will you stay on this and bring us another update on this?
Sure.
I'm not sure, I mean, we're not looking for anything tonight, then
No, I
information
just
right
wanted to
now.
talk about it.
Any other questions on that? The Great Start, Head Start Story Walk program is next on the agenda. Who has that one? No, I can't read it.
So it's a letter.
Received a letter from Mary Dice, who's a teacher over at the North Huron Early Learning Center, about a program doing story walks within parks, trails, libraries, etc. in the area. And basically, she's just wondering if there's a spot in town that we would like to house that for.
For when, what time?
It's like
It's
a
a permanent
permanent
fixture.
thing.
Yeah, there's no dates.
When they
Yeah.
put it in, then you just leave it, and then only the stories that are in the little plexiglass case, only the stories change, but the posts and the plexiglass part stays up all the time. So it's kind of a permanent thing, like maybe at the Butterfly House or
That,
something.
my initial, just throwing it, would be Butterfly
That
House,
was
unless
my
someone else
first
has.
thought.
Yeah.
I agree. I talked to Mary Jaworski about the library because they specifically mentioned the library.
Mhm.
And she said she just does not think there's space there. It's too
Yeah,
small.
it's too small. Yeah.
She said they'd read a page and then go
Mhm.
that far over, read another page.
Check the book
So,
out. And
yeah. Right, yeah, or get inside,
I
but
like Butterfly Park with the
Yeah.
interactive of the butterflies. We got
Yeah,
some-
and there's other interactive activities
Yeah.
there.
I think that could be kind of
The
cute.
veggie garden.
One
the
more thing to draw
artwork.
people back there, maybe.
And it says they finance it and they maintain it. We just need to give them a space and maybe help them put the posts in.
Yeah, we can do that. I think the butterfly, wherever.
I move to support this being installed at the Butterfly Park.
I like
And if they need help with the posts, Thomas will help
that.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
They also asked for a contact person. I'd be happy to be that person.
Absolutely. I think this is gonna be real nice.
Yeah.
Correspondence, we have the audit. John, did you want to discuss it, or what, just basically, it's,
I honestly didn't even look at it. I got it in the packet this weekend and I didn't get home till last night. So I did not look at it. I mean, did she have any red flags or any concerns? I mean,
I think it's pretty normal as it has been the last few years. She didn't point anything specific out.
if we don't have any red flags, and this is the one budget that ended in February 28th, so we're already 6 months past this point, but if we don't have any concerns or red flags, and you didn't call me to come in to meet with her or anything, so must not have been anything too
seemed pretty, just standard.
straightforward. I mean, we're kind of locked in based on our guidelines from the state as to what we can do and what we have to do and how everything has to be categorized, and that's what we do with our budget each year, and then we, adjust the budget as needed for any changes in funding throughout the year, but there isn't really a whole lot that
No,
changes from year to year, so.
Do we make a recommendation on the motion to acknowledge it or something like that?
No, it's already been sent to the state and,
Yeah, that's okay.
and all that, so it's just for your
basically
reading
For
pleasure.
information,
Yeah.
yeah. The record of it.
We have some minutes and our consent agendas.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any changes or additions or questions on the bills, anyone?
I'll just point out, there was a couple in there that deal with the grant.
Consulting.
Yep, the consulting, so that is an in and an out, that goes out to that consultant, but we get reimbursed 100% from the grant for that. That's above and beyond our $2 million part, because it's a requirement of them that we had to have a consultant. And then the second one there is the Hendricks, for the $130,201, that's their first disbursement for
So
work.
they're the general contractor that you, like Al works for Hendricks?
Correct.
Okay.
So that's all you'll ever see is me send stuff to Hendricks within the project, Hendricks or Kim Carter.
Okay,
All the subs are paid from Hendricks to each individual sub.
got it.
And on there, it says disbursement number 3 for the MEDC grant.
Yep, there were two prior to that that were just reimbursed, the same thing, like in and outs. One was for our environmental review, and then the other was, no, it's something to do with the first part of that. It was Kim's first installment of the consulting, that's what it was.
Questions or discussion on those bills?
Move to pay the bills.
Second.
Rory, I guess. All those in favor?
Aye. One quick question, Amanda, will we see, no, because it's not on the bills, the grant money come in, that'll come in?
Like, the deposit,
Yeah.
that's gonna be on your
Balance.
profit and loss.
Yeah,
Your,
okay.
Well, it's income and
Yeah.
on this one.
Yep.
That's on there.
Okay.
I have no updates on the attorney. Does anyone else? Department head request or reports, start with comments.
Yep, so yeah, parking spots got painted downtown, crosswalks, and the county got all their stuff done, so. I did hear back from the engineers on parking spots, they have not painted them, they're ours now. So if we wanna make any changes to them and the continued maintenance of at least parking spots are up to us, so.
What about them?
If we feel one that's in the wrong spot, that's up to us to change. So he said yours in front of your driveway's there, he says, it's not big enough to be a spot, so it didn't get marked to be a spot. I said, well, you're not gonna come grind it off if I want it ground off, he's like, nope. So,
I wonder if we
he's
can-
like, they're yours to maintain.
We might be able to power wash it.
That's what he's saying, it is water-based paint, so we
probably
could try
should
power
if we
washing
get a
it,
couple.
or, go out with a grinder or something. He said if you get a surface grinder, you're always gonna see the X,
Yeah.
so it's probably not the best. But outside of that, they're ours to maintain. I think the crosswalks though will be maintained by the state, cause that's.
The crosswalks will be maintained by the state, but all the other lines
All the
are up
other
to us
lines
to
are us,
repaint later. Or not, wherever they feel.
Yeah, however we feel to maintain that, so, yeah, getting everything drained, closed up for the season, put stuff away, so.
So we're referring to the one in front of the Lakeside Motel in the center. You come-
Yeah.
That's
Right by
probably
the U-turn
It's one
sign,
too many
probably
exits.
the
everybody
most,
parks.
the most popular one. I
Where
think.
everybody parks.
Yeah, I've seen at least 2 cars parked on top of the X, so
Yeah.
people are gonna do it anyway.
Leave the X
So-
there, kind of like a local thing.
There you go.
That's spot that's always been.
Or you can try. I'll bring.
We could try power washing, yeah, I mean,
I'll
we
bring
can,
it up.
as long as you got water
You could just
outside.
put a sign there that says U-turn parking only.
Yeah, no kidding. But
I
we-
bet I see 10 people a week
Oh,
at
yeah.
least.
well,
I see
I'm sure
more.
he sees more.
Right there, right in that spot.
As long as our officers don't ticket people for parking there.
Right, I know Dale had a concern, he mentioned to me about the one further down, kind of by the dime store where there is a crosswalk cut, they put a spot right there.
It's a cut, but it's not a crosswalk.
No, there's no crosswalk going
Mhm.
anywhere, so, I mean, we can
It's almost just a lower curb. I mean,
just
just
not
not.
make it
Yeah.
yellow moving forward, that's fine. And eventually maybe we could ask the county to just pave it straight, or redo the curb straight and not even have the cut if we want, that's, something we can look at down the road, so. Other than that, yeah, they look good, people have been obeying them, so.
Helping, but I
Yeah.
think I'll give it to Thomas, and we'll probably try to see if we can take that one out.
Yep. Reminder, next week we're gone, I've got everything set up for opening the Welcome Center, we're good, we're covered, so. Amanda's got Wednesday, and then Dale's working, Thursday, Friday, so. should be good.
Closing?
Closing, the police department always does, so.
Okay.
Yep, should be good to go. Yeah, other than that, leaf and brush pickups full swing. Leaves are falling, so.
I have one question for you,
Yes.
Thomas. The rock snake art installation,
Yep,
is it still there?
as last I looked, it was over in that area, it was still there, I've not looked
Okay.
this week yet, but,
My concern is that at least the netting is probably gonna get blown off this winter and
that-
end
yeah, it's
up
probably
in the
gonna get
water.
buried in sand, that
Yeah,
wall
that
usually
too.
collects a fair bit of sand, so.
Okay.
Um,
I was just wondering if it should be removed for the winter or.
I don't know, after,
It's just on the north side of the Honeymoon Hill property.
Along the rock, you
Yeah.
have to be on the north side to see it.
Yeah, pretty much,
Teachers?
it's right next to the playground there, so.
I think it's been popular. I mean, there's been a lot of people that painted
Yeah.
rocks.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of neat. But the grass has grown up around it
And we're
now
gonna
and,
spray it so that, the grass dies
Okay.
down, but, we offered to go there and help her, rearrange, put wood chips underneath of it, and she declined all that, so I
okay.
figured we'd just spray it and let her do her thing.
I'm just
But
worried about the netting
the
going.
netting, yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna fare this winter, but
Let's take a look at it, just see if it's, make sure it is secured down or.
Okay.
Anything else, Thomas?
no. other than that,
Anyone else, are there other questions for Thomas?
I do. The one-way sign down at the Veterans Park, I'm still on that.
Oh, yes, I just haven't gone and investigated to see how cemented it is, it's in and how easy it's gonna move, but yeah, it's on our list, so.
So I was down there when it was nice weather, I was down at the beach and I saw a lot of people doing it and going the wrong way.
Yeah,
And so I walked up and I kind of looked it over to see what would make it more clear. And I think on the corner where they're going to turn,
Mhm.
on the beach side of that corner, it needs to be a do not enter
okay,
sign, like a do not enter one way, with the arrow going the other way. Because I think at that point, they've already gone by two signs and not seen
Yeah.
them. So it almost has to be on the beach side,
beach side,
but not close to the beach, but on that grassy part where they
Yeah.
turn.
kinda where those 4 yellow posts are, is that there at the end?
Yeah, I haven't noticed
Or
those,
at
but
the
yeah.
first turn where they're supposed to turn in and come around, that's right, because they're supposed to turn in there and come around.
Yeah, they are,
Well,
but
we talked
where
about
they,
moving that sign to
You
the
can't
other
see
side of
that.
the intersection, so it's
Yeah,
not blocked
they-
by cars.
right, that is usually blocked by cars, and if it's a high car, like a
Yeah,
van or something, then they really don't see it. But then if they go all the way down to look at the lake, then they think, well, I can't back out all the way down to Spring Street.
right.
So I'm just gonna go this
Just
way.
go within, yeah.
But they also don't necessarily know that it's not the right thing to do either.
Yeah.
Because like I said, at that point, they've
Aren't
already
there
gone.
arrows?
They're
are-
kind of worn away.
Yeah, we need to
faded
re-
with
we need to
sand
re-
blowing, yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen it
We repainted them
now.
a few years ago, but yeah, they're due again.
Another, like, every time I'm down there, I know I'm noticing someone doing that. So it seems to be that it's the signage.
Mm.
So, people just not seeing it, or they're probably looking at the lake. They're dazzled.
Right, yeah.
So anyway, that's one that I had. And then I had one more thing for you. The Junior Priscilla Club wanted to thank you and your DPW for watering the river birches
Oh, yes, okay,
and all the pots.
yep.
So we wanted that to be on record. Thank you for taking care of those. They turned out beautifully all summer,
Yeah.
and the
they're-
fall
they're really
planters
good,
are
yeah.
nice too. You're doing a great job on that.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all for me.
There you go. You have anything to further add?
I better keep my mouth shut.
Any questions? Clerk treasurer's report, Amanda.
I don't have anything.
Questions for Amanda? We have some of copies of the board reports. We're moving on to committee reports, finance, grants, and insurance.
Got her auditor review. Looks great.
Labor, personnel, police.
Still waiting on that township police.
Their meeting next, yes.
Yeah.
Motor pool and operations,
Yeah, everything's good.
ordinance. Did somewhat touch, it's kind of our pointless, these committee reports. I think we've got a lot of stuff on the agenda, but
Mhm.
ordinance, we touch base on that. Parks and recreation,
We're good at Parks and Recs. I'll talk about the gym quick and buildings and grounds.
Buildings
We
and
actually
grounds.
have-
Yeah, the
we
first
actually-
week bathhouse is completely painted, so it
Oh,
looks
good.
fantastic if anybody. It's shut down, but if anybody does wanna, take a look at how it turned out, I just let me know, I'll open it up. Meet you over there in August, so you can look at it, but it turned out really, really, really nice, so colors look really
Good.
nice, so.
Buildings, grounds, and streets.
Yeah,
Anything else?
No, I'm good. I'll tell you, I'll report on, I'll tell about the gym. So we have a schedule for the gym. I'm just gonna tell everybody kind of what they're tentatively telling us. So, obviously we moved sand and did all that kind of stuff. They're talking about doing the footing work, starting on like the 13th of October.
Today.
Mhm.
That's today.
No, I'm sorry, 20th. And then, followed by like masonry and stuff after that will start the following week. The actual building is scheduled to show up on like the 12th of November. Steel construction would begin right around there. Building painting in the month of December. They're tentatively scheduled to complete around the 26th of December, which is probably a lofty goal, but that's what their schedule says. They also know that there's some products that won't be here in time, right, to finish by the first of the year, doors, windows, things like that. So there's some stuff that will slow the project down, but that's the schedule they're currently under. So that's what they're pushing towards.
Does it have to be done in 2025 for the grant?
There's
Or
some,
can we get a extension?
we are working on getting an extension.
Okay.
Amanda's actually started that
Thanks, Amanda.
process. By
Justin,
we, I
sorry.
mean me.
Of course.
Comments, Justin?
No.
TJ,
I'm good.
Brenda?
I just have one. Well, I actually have two. Someone was telling me there's no signage for the butterfly house at all, like out on the street or anything, or.
There is right on the main road here.
Is
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
On 53, there's a sign,
Well,
yeah.
I'm taking that back to this person then. And it's not Jeff. And then I just wanted to report, I told you that we were gonna have a Zoom meeting today. This, coastal resiliency grant that we kind of opened up. We met with them in sort of a preliminary way today on a Zoom meeting. And then next week, Amanda, I think, are you going to the webinar too, or
The 22nd, is it?
21st? Yep.
Yep, I can.
And
do that.
Robin is, and I am, and it's just more information about how we could potentially get some grant money for Bird Creek Park, boardwalk, and just a lot. So it's a long grant process, so nothing would be quick because it's federal money. But they said they seem sort of encouraging, I would say. We'll see how that goes. That's all I hear.
I think it's a great idea. You know, just start the process, even if it don't take as long as some of our other ones.
Right.
It sounded long.
Robin?
Last year we had a young lady come and talk to us about the marathon from Caseville to
Oh,
here.
right.
That's November 2nd. Is that, do you know if that's still on? Has she
Yeah.
checked in?
100% still on. I'm waiting on, they are supposed to, meaning the marathon group that's doing it, their map of, because they got to send it to the state of whether it's barricades or people or signage, like they've got to give me a whole plan of how that works since we're proposing closing the road. So, but no, it's still on.
Okay, good.
The last one
Forgot
they did
about
was
that.
great. It's a nice deal.
Yeah.
We'll have to open the restaurant so we can feed the people.
What day is
Yeah.
November 2nd?
Sunday.
Sunday.
The other thing is, I won't be here for the meeting next month, but more importantly, the Junior Priscilla Club approved a request to cover the costs of the water fountains and bottle filling station at the pavilion. $4,500, right?
What pavilion,
they
which one,
not-
just specify?
The new one.
The All Seasons.
Oh.
Was were the,
Oh, and then another, what, $575, I think,
yeah,
for,
towards some fixtures.
fixtures in the ladies' room, either like the baby changing station or mirrors or something like that.
they're gonna, JPC is gonna hold on to that money until we're a little closer to the actual need for those fixtures and water bottle, filling station. Amanda and Robin, did you work on that?
It's 100% Robin.
100% Robin, so we have her to thank for putting that.
Those are
together.
nice, but they're expensive.
Yeah,
Shockingly expensive.
4,500, I was
Yeah.
shocked.
yeah.
John?
Good.
Rory? I have nothing. Motion
Move to adjourn.
Okay, second by John.